I was 19, stuck in a small town where dreams went to die. My days blurred, waitressing at Joe's Diner, dodging creeps and dreaming of escape. One night, a tour bus rolled in, chrome gleaming under neon lights. The door swung open, and there he was, Zane Black, rock god, leather-clad, eyes like storms. He smirked at me, and my heart forgot how to beat. "Need a coffee, darling?" I stammered. He just grinned. Zane's band, Midnight Riot, was playing a pop-up gig at the Rusty Nail. I got off my shift and slipped into the crowd. His voice, gravel and honey, pulled me in. He sang of freedom, rebellion, love. Our eyes locked mid-song. He pointed at me. After he found me at the bar. "You look like you're running from something," he said. I laughed, nervous. "Maybe I'm running to something." He leaned closer. "Come with me," Zane whispered, his breath warm against my ear. The bus idled outside, a beast ready to bolt. My mind screamed, "This is crazy." But my heart? It was already climbing aboard. I had $47, a duffel bag, and a lifetime of what-ifs. I grabbed his hand. The bus door hissed shut behind us, and the town shrank in the rear view. I was free, or so I thought. His bandmates cheered as we rolled into the night. The first night was a blur of highways and starlight. Zane's guitarist, Mick, passed me a beer. "You're one of us now, kid," he said. Zane sat beside me, his arm brushing mine. He talked about music, pain, the road. His world was chaos and magic, and I was hooked. We stopped at a diner at 3 a.m., neon buzzing. He stole my fries, laughing. I felt alive, like I'd finally found my place. Days melted into nights. We crisscrossed states, chasing gigs. Zane's life was raw. Sound checks, screaming fans, late-night jam sessions. I learned to roll cables, dodge paparazzi, and sleep through engine rumbles. He'd pull me on stage sometimes, whispering, "You're my muse." I'd blush, the crowd a roaring blur. But his eyes held secrets, dark ones. I ignored them, drunk on the rush of his world. In Chicago, we crashed a rooftop party. City lights sparkled below as Zane strummed an acoustic, singing just for me. I felt like I was flying. Later, under a blanket, he kissed me, slow, electric. "You're different," he murmured. I wanted to believe it, but I saw the groupies, the way they clawed at him. I wasn't special, not yet. Still, I clung to him, to the dream, to the girl I was becoming. The road wasn't all glamour. Fights broke out, Zane and Mick, over money, over drugs. I saw Zane pop pills, his eyes glassy. "It's just the life," he'd say, brushing it off. I wanted to fix him, but I was drowning too. In Denver, I found a baggie in his jacket. He snapped when I asked about it. "Don't play mom, Lila." I stormed off, but where could I go? The bus was my world now, and he was its sun. In Vegas, the lights were too bright, the nights too long. Zane played a sold-out show, electric and untouchable. Afterward, he pulled me into a casino, betting thousands like it was nothing. I laughed, caught in the whirlwind, but fear crept in. Who was I without him? A girl with no plan, no home. He won big, kissed me hard, and promised forever. I wanted to believe him, but doubt was louder. Somewhere in Arizona, we broke down. The bus coughed smoke, and we camped under stars. Zane was softer here, no stage, no mask. He told me about his dad, his scars, the music that saved him. I shared my own, small-town cages, a mom who left. We made love in the desert, sand in my hair. For a moment, I thought this was it, real love. But morning came, and his walls went back up. The tour hit California, and fame hit harder. Zane was everywhere, billboards, radio, tabloids. I faded into his shadow, just the girl with the band. Fans screamed his name, not mine. In LA, a producer offered me a job, assistant, nothing fancy. Zane laughed it off. "You don't need that, babe." But I saw a lifeline, a way to be more than his accessory. I kept the card, didn't tell him. Seattle was rain and regret. Zane was distant, lost in his haze. I caught him with a groupie, not cheating, but close. He swore it was nothing, but trust cracked. I wandered the city alone, rain soaking my jacket. A coffee shop owner gave me a free latte, said I looked lost. I was. I called the LA producer, voice shaking. "I'm in," I said. Zane didn't notice me packing a small bag. The final gig was San Francisco, a massive festival. Zane was a god on stage, but I watched from backstage, detached. I'd booked a bus ticket home, not my old town, but a new start. I left a note, "I love you, but I need me." As the crowd roared, I slipped away. The Greyhound smelled of stale dreams, but I felt light. I wasn't running anymore, not from, not to. Just moving forward, my own star. Back home, I got a tiny apartment, a job at a record store. Music still hummed in my veins, but it was mine now. I'd hum Zayn's songs, bittersweet. My phone buzzed sometimes, his number. I didn't answer. I was learning who Lila was without the spotlight. I took night classes, wrote poetry, made friends. The world felt bigger, not smaller. I was scared but proud. I'd chosen me. Months later, I saw Zayn on TV, a new album, same wild eyes. The host asked about a mystery girl in his songs. He smiled, sad. She got away. My heart twisted, but I didn't cry. I'd been a muse, a shadow, a runaway. Now I was just Lila, building a life. I kept his old band T, a reminder of the girl who leapt and the woman who landed. The road taught me that. So did he in his way. I started writing songs, rough ones about diners and deserts. A local open mic became my stage. The crowd was small, but they listened. My voice shook, then steadied. I wasn't Zayn, didn't want to be. I was telling my story, messy, real. A scout approached me after a set, handed me a card. "You've got something," he said. I smiled, cautious. I'd learned not to jump too fast. Summer came, and I played a small festival. My name was on the flyer. Lila, no last name yet. The crowd sang along to my chorus, and I felt that old rush, but different. It wasn't borrowed. I scanned the faces, half expecting Zayn. He wasn't there. Good. I didn't need his shadow. My guitar felt heavy but mine. I strummed harder, voice soaring. This was my rebellion, my freedom. I kept the producer's card, called when I was ready. LA was loud, but I wasn't lost this time. I worked hard. Coffee runs, late nights, learning the business. I met artists, dreamers, hustlers. They saw me, not a rock star's girl. I recorded a demo, raw but honest. It got some buzz online. Not Zayn-level fame, but enough. I was carving my space, one note at a time. It felt like enough. One night I got a package, no return address. Inside was a vinyl of Midnight Riot's first album, signed, "To Lila, My Spark." "Keep shining." "Zeep." I played it once, his voice filling my tiny room. I didn't cry, didn't call. I put it away, next to my own demo. His story wasn't mine anymore. I was writing my own. Grittier, quieter, truer. The road had been wild, but this was home. I started therapy, unpacking the whirlwind. The therapist asked why I ran. I said I wanted to feel alive. She nodded, asked what alive meant now. I thought of my guitar, my tiny stage, my name in lights one day. "It's being enough for myself," I said. She smiled. I was learning to forgive the girl who leapt, to love the woman who stayed. Zayn was a chapter, not the book. A year later, I played a bigger venue. My songs were sharper now, my voice stronger. The crowd cheered, and I saw my old self in their eyes, hungry, searching. I dedicated a song to her, to the girl who ran. "This is for the dreamers who fall and get up," I said. The applause felt like wings. I wasn't a rock star, not yet, but I was Lila, and that was more than enough. Social media buzzed with my name. A clip of my set went viral. Nothing crazy, but enough for a small label to call. They wanted an EP. I negotiated, remembering Zayn's reckless deals. I signed, but on my terms. Studio time was grueling, magical. I poured my heart into 4 tracks: love, loss, the road. When I heard the final mix, I cried. It was me, all me. No one's muse, just mine. The EP dropped, and I did a small tour. Cafes, bars, tiny stages. Fans sang my words back, and I felt the road again, but different. I drove myself, no tour bus. I called my dad, told him I was okay. He cried, proud. I thought of Zayn sometimes, wondered if he heard my songs. I hoped he was okay, but I didn't need to know. My story wasn't his anymore. It was mine, and I was singing it loud. In Nashville, I met a drummer, Ellie, with a laugh like summer. We jammed, wrote together. She didn't know Zayn, didn't care. She saw me. We kissed one night under stage lights, and it felt like a new chapter. Not a replacement, just different. I was learning love didn't have to burn you up. It could be soft, steady. Ellie called me a star. I laughed, but maybe I was starting to believe it. My EP climbed indie charts, slow but steady. Blogs called me one to watch. I smiled, kept working. I rented a better apartment, hung my guitar on the wall. Photos from the road, deserts, diners, Zayn's smile, went in a box, not thrown out, just stored. I was grateful for the ride, but I didn't need to live there. My life was here now, with new songs waiting to be born. A radio station played my single at midnight. I pulled over, listening in my beat-up car. My voice, my words, filling the air. I laughed, cried, called Ellie. "You're gonna be huge," she said. I didn't want huge, not like Zane. I wanted real. I drove home, city lights blurring. The girl who ran was still in me, but she wasn't running anymore. She was building, dreaming, staying. I got an invite to open for a bigger act. Not Zane's league, but big enough. Backstage, I was nervous, but not scared. I'd faced bigger unknowns. My set was tight, my voice true. The headliner hugged me after, said, "You're going places." I nodded, grateful. I wasn't chasing Zane's world anymore.